Good morning, dear students. So, in today's class, we are going to start up with a new chapter, that is organizing. In the last previous sessions, we discussed about the another topic, that is nothing but the planning. Now, chapter number 4 was planning. That is the first main function of management, whereas organizing is the second main important function of management, whereas plans which has been done before should be organized in a systematic way. For that purpose only planning will be done. So, now we will discuss and in detail about the chapter, that is organizing. So, it is a second main important function of management, whereas the function translates the plan into action. Where the plan is being organized, that will be considered into action. It mainly aims of combining of men, money, machine, material, etc. Whereas it helps to combine each and everything together for achieving an target or an objective. Now we will discuss in detail about the chapter organizing. Now we will discuss the definition as well as the meaning of organizing. Okay. This chapter totally carries 11 marks, whereas you get one 8 marks question, 2 marks question as well as 1 marks question. Now moving on to the meaning of organizing, whereas this question also will be carried 2 marks. So, please make a note of the meaning. Okay. So, let me explain you all. Organizing is a process of identifying and grouping. Okay. Organizing is the process of identifying and grouping the work, coordinates human efforts, assembling the resources and responsibility for attainment of desired goals. As I am discussing you all from the first chapter itself, the main purpose of each and every organization is to achieve the organizational goals. What goals they have planned to achieve should be done in a proper and a systematic way. So only we do the first process as planning, whereas it will be scheduled equally what has to be done and whom it has to be done and where it has to be done. Now here we are taking the plan into action, that is nothing but organizing. So it combines of, as I told you all, it combines of men, okay, machine, material, etc. in a group, so that it will be helpful for the organization to achieve the organizational goals. Whereas the meaning also explains here is that it is a process, okay, process of identifying and grouping. It mainly focuses on identifying and grouping the work. Who has to do what work? They first mainly identify what work has to be done and who has to do the work will be done here. Then coordinates human efforts. It mainly focuses on human efforts, whereas without human they cannot run the organizing. So, isn't it? So human efforts is very much important. Assembling the resources, whereas it is been planned before itself what has to be done, where they are putting into an action here. So that is nothing but assembling the resources and responsibility. So authority and responsibility should be given equally to the employees, like for the main purpose. So responsibility for attaining the desired goals, whereas this question carries 2 marks. Okay. Now we will move on to the definition of organizing. So now moving on to the definition, whereas this also carries 2 marks. So here, according to Theo Hamann, he defines that organizing is a process of defining and grouping the activities, okay, and grouping the activities of the enterprise and establishing authority relationship among them. So he defines here, like we studied in the meaning itself, it is a process of defining and grouping the activities. So it is defined where the group activities should be done equally of the enterprise. Enterprise is nothing but the organization, and establishing authority relationship among them. So it helps to establish the relationship among the employees who are working in the organization. So I hope you all got some idea about the meaning as well as the definition of organizing, whereas this question also carries 2 marks, so please make a note of it. So now we will discuss about the steps in the process of organizing, whereas you have mainly of 4 steps. First one is identification and division of work. Hope you all are familiar with this. Okay. Second one is departmentalization, and the third one is assignment of duties, and the fourth one here is establishing reporting relationship. So I hope you all have some idea about this, whereas you would have heard these words in your previous chapters itself. Likewise, identification and division of work we have studied in the principles of management, isn't it? So identifying here mainly focuses on identifying the group activity where and whom has to do the work will be done in the process of organizing, and division of work is very much important. So the work has to be divided equally so that the employees or the managers should not feel the burden of doing all the work by themselves. So they divide the work into groups, isn't it? Likewise, you have production department, sales department, marketing department, finance department, HR department, as I have told you all in previous classes itself. So the work here will be divided equally according to their qualification and according to their ability and skill. So here it will be useful in the process of organizing to identifying whom and which person is particular and which person is aptable for the particular job, and division of work is very much important, whereas the work has to be divided equally as before planned itself. So the planning will be done before itself, isn't it? So through the plan they have to schedule according to the plan where the division of work will be done, whereas it reduces the duplication of work and reduces the conflict between the employees. So the second one here is departmentalization. So departmentalization, whereas this question will be asked for your 2 marks. What do you mean by what is departmentalization? So your answer will be, it refers to the process of grouping the activities of similar nature under same department. So please make a note of it. It means it refers to the process of grouping the activities of similar nature, whereas it has the similar nature under same department. For example, on the basis of function, it can be of production department, purchasing department, marketing department, finance department, etc. On the basis of product manufactured, that will be of home appliances, okay, food products and textiles, whereas it is under the same nature, so it will be in under the same department itself. So here departmentalization refers to the process, whereas you would have heard this word before itself, departmentalization. So it is not that difficult word for you all. So it will be little familiar word for you all. So that is nothing but it refers to the process of grouping. It helps to group the activities in the similar nature which has the same nature, which products have the same nature under same department. As I gave you all the example, based on the function, that is production department, purchasing and marketing, it has the same nature, so it will be divided or under the same department. Whereas in the basis of product manufactured, that can be of home appliances, food, footwear, cosmetics, textiles, etc. So it will be under the product manufactured. On the basis of territory, it can be of north, south, east and west. So the third main step of process in the organizing are assignment of duties, where here this process helps to assign the duty according to their capability, skill and knowledge. As I discussed you all in the previous classes itself, assigning the duties according to their capability, skill. As the division of work is done, where the departmentalization is done, so the next process is assigning the duties to the particular employee who is capable for the work and who has that confidence to do the work will be assigned here. That is nothing but assignment of duties. So next one is establishing reporting relationship. here the employee should have a relationship with each and every other employees in the organization, whereas he has to know from where he has to get the raw material and from where he has to, for whom he is accountable. So authority and responsibility is very much important. That is nothing but hierarchy, as I told you, levels of management. So they should have a relationship between all the employees or all the levels of management here, so that it will help to establishing the reporting relationship. So from where he has to take the material and from for who is accountable. So that is very much important in the organization. So see, these are the 4 main steps of organizing. I repeat again, that is identification and division of work. Here in this process, they identify the individual employees who is efficient and effective for the organization and who will be good for the work. That is, division of work will be done there, where in what, like as I told you, production department, sales department. So the division of work will be done there. So next one is departmentalization, as I gave you all the examples itself. And the third one is assignment of duties, where the assignment of duties will be done to whom it is the work has to be given and according to their basis, capability and skill. Okay. So next here is establishing reporting relationship, whereas the employees here should have a link between the manager, or the employee should have a link between the hierarchy levels of management, so that it will be helpful for them to achieve the organizational goals. As each and every organization, the main purpose is to earn profit and achieve the organizational goals. If they follow the proper organizing method according to the plan, if they follow the proper organizing method, so it will be useful for the organization to achieve the organizational goals effectively and efficiently. If they fail to achieve that, so then it will lead to a problem and it will not go in a smoother manner. So now we will discuss about the importance of organizing, that is nothing but the significance of organizing, whereas this question will be asked for your 8 marks. So these are the 7 main points and you will have to explain the 7 main points. Okay. So here the first one is benefits of specialization. Second one is clarity in working relationship. Third one is optimum utilization of resources, adoption to changes, effective administration, expansion and growth, and the 7th one is development of personnel. So these are the main importance of organizing. So first you all have to understand what is the meaning of importance. So through organizing, what are the main importance for the organization to achieve the organizational goals is very much important. Through planning, through doing the organizing in a systematic way, so these are the main importance which will be there, so that it will be useful for the organization, as I told you, to achieve the organizational goals. So the first and the foremost one is benefits of specialization. Whereas the division of work is done, where the employees are assigned their duties according to their skill and ability. So where the employees work in the organization, it helps in the benefits of specialization. So as they work for months, so it will be useful for them to be a specialist in that work. For example, if he is in a finance department, he is in his account section, so as he joins the organization, whereas if he continues for more than 2 to 3 years, so he will be specialized in that work. So it will be useful for the organization to achieve the organizational goals, whereas he should be in that work itself, whereas he will not be assigned any other work. If he is in the finance department, it is only related to the finance department itself. So it will be useful and benefits for the specialization, where it helps each and every individual employee to be a specialist in their work. The second one is clarity in working relationship. Through the proper planning and through the proper organizing, there will be a clarity in working relationship, so that the employees have their relationship with the other employees in the organization, so that it will be effective and effective for the organization to achieve the organizational goals. So it has the clarity, so the employees will not have some confusion, so whom to go and ask and what work has to be done, where the work will be assigned assigned properly, where the manager plays a very important role here, where he assigned the duty equally to each and every employee, so that it will be having a coordination between the employees in the organization. So there will create a good environment to the employees, as well as there will be having a good relationship with other employees, that is nothing but a coordination or teamwork will be there. So there will have some clarity in working relationship, what work they have to be done, who has to do the work. So it will be planned before itself, as the plan is executing is nothing but the organizing. So third one is optimum utilization of resources. Through the process of planning itself, they will see what resources is required for the organization, how much it is required. As I told you, budgeting is very much important, isn't it? So how raw materials which they purchase, so they will have a plan, so how much it has to be used, who has to use the work, and what work has to be done. The main purpose of the organization will be, objective of the organization will be there. So it helps to optimum utilization of resources, where it has been scheduled properly what work has to be done. So there will be no more of wastages, where there will be no more wastage in the optimum utilization of resources. As per the plan only resources will be taken. Next one, adoption to changes. So here the organization also goes in the adoption of changes, nothing but the business environment, the change in the business environment. What are the changes happens in the business environment? It helps in the adopting in the changes. So it is flexible here, according to the change in the environment, the trends which changes, the organization also adapts those policies, adopts those changes in their organization to achieve the organizational goals. So the next one is effective administration. The important here is, the important of organization is effective administration, whereby because through the importance of organizing, how importance they give to organizing here is, it helps in the effective administration. So what work has to be done by whom? The administration process should be going in a smoother manner to achieve the organizational goals. Next is expansion and growth. Once the organizing is proper in a systematic way, it helps to in the expansion and growth of their enterprise or the organization throughout. The next one is development of personnel, whereas here manager divides the work equally to the other employees. So it helps in the development of an individual person, what work has to be done. So he will have some responsibility, that is nothing but authority and responsibility plays a very important role here. Why? Because the manager divides the employees equally in the departments, so that it will be helpful for the department for the personnel, whereas each and every division of work or department is divided, whereas there will be having an head, in each and every department. As I told you, production manager, marketing manager, sales manager, finance manager, etc. like that. So it helps the employees to work effectively and efficiently in the organization. So as I am telling you all from the first chapter itself, the main purpose of each and every organization is to achieve the organizational goals effectively and efficiently, and to earn profit and to sustain in the society. So through the giving importance to the organizing, it is very much important to focus on these points, so that it will be useful for the organization through running in this smooth manner. I repeat again, benefits of specialization here is, it helps the individual person to be a specialist in his work. So it will be good for the organization. So next is clarity in working relationship. If the organizing is done in a smooth manner, so it will be having a clarity in the relationship, what work has to be done, coordination and teamwork will be good. And the third one is optimum utilization of resources, as done in the planning process itself. There will be good, useful for the what are the resources are required for the organization will be done properly. Next, adoption to changes, as the change in the business environment, even the organization also to use those changes and to achieve the organizational goals, and to see what are the trends running in the in the society, so that it will be the useful for the organization to achieve the goals. Next is effective administration, whereas it helps to run the smooth and effective administration. And next is expansion and growth. Once the effective administration is good, next is expansion and growth. growth. It helps if the organization is running in a smooth manner. So it helps in the expansion and growth of their organization or the enterprise. Like next one is development of personnel, whereas the manager won't take all the work himself, he divides the work equally to the subordinates. So authority and responsibility plays an important role here. So where he gives the manager gives the importance to the subordinates also. So it will help in the development of the person in the organization. So this carries 8 marks, importance of organizing. So as we discussed in today's class, the chapter number 5, that is organizing, whereas we discussed about the meaning, definition, steps, as well as the importance of organizing. As when I was explaining y'all, I told y'all about the which will come for 2 marks or which will come for 8 marks. So these are the main important questions. So please make a note. So first one is what is organizing. Next one is define organizing, whereas this question carries 2 marks, and the next one is explain the importance of organizing, whereas you can get as explain the significance of organizing. Please don't get confused with the significance and the importance. The two are same. So there are few students who will get confused with the objective, importance, features, isn't it? So please don't get confused with that. So please understand what do you mean by significance, what do you mean by objectives, or what do you mean by features, so that it will be useful for you all to write the answers. Please don't mix up the answer with one another. So these are the 3 main important questions coming to today's class what we discussed. So please make a note of it and write the answers, as I have written the answers on the board itself and I have explained you all. So please make a note of it and write. So we will meet up in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.